I don't know about you, but my biggest skin concern as a lady of 61 or 60 plus is skin laxity. What I'm really talking about is sagging skin. And on me, I've got a good sag started at the neckline. And, all right, so it's saggy, it's beginning to sag. And I wanted to try to figure out as best I could what kinds of things I could do at home, what could make a difference, what could help my skin look a little bit firmer. So the first thing that I kind of wanted to figure out was what causes our skin to look less firm, or what causes it to start to sag. And essentially what causes it to start to sag is a reduction in collagen production. And that reduction in collagen production starts in our 40s, late 30s, 40s, and it sort of diminishes over time. And then once we get to menopause, it has a considerable reduction. And that's sort of what happened to me. I was tracking along, feeling pretty good about how I looked. And then I went through menopause, and after going through menopause, it was pretty profound. It was pretty fast. There was a sort of drop off, and there I was looking at myself in the mirror thinking, oh my gosh, like what happened? And so that's sort of what has set me on this quest to try to find devices, skincare regimens, and the like to help firm my skin and boost collagen. So today I have a device that I wanted to share with you and want to play with. This is first impressions, or actually it's really second impressions, but it's the Newa device. And it's a radio frequency device that is said to stimulate collagen production in the skin, in the deep layers of skin. So the Newa device is behind me, or the device is here, the kit is behind me. And let me just share with you what comes in the kit. The particular device that I chose it has a cord, it has to be plugged in. And that's the only difference between the two devices that they're currently selling at Newa. One comes with a cord and the other one comes without. And there's a price difference, and I can't recall exactly what the price difference was, but I'll go ahead and put it on the screen. And then it also came with the lifting gel. It's an activator gel, and it does have some hyaluronic acid in it, which is a skin moisturizer that helps to plump the skin. And it has some other proprietary ingredients in it. We'll go ahead and put a list of ingredients so that you can take a look. And so this is what the kit comes with, and the price point is about $250 to $300, a little over $300 for the thing. And then they also, I was looking at it online today, and they also have some bundles of products, so you can get more of the lift activator gel. You can go on a subscription service and get the activator gel sent to you on a monthly basis and so forth, because you do run through the activator gel. So that is basically, in a nutshell, that the radio frequency is said to stimulate the collagen growth or production, and over time that will help to firm the skin, lift the skin, and give a more youthful look. Now next, you're probably wondering, like, how long does it take to do a Newa treatment? And it takes about 20 minutes. You turn on the device, and and you put on the activator gel, and then you run the device over a section of your skin until the timer goes off. Then you add more product and then run it against the skin until the device goes off, and then more. So you do 3 sections of your face on both sides, and it takes a total of about 20 minutes per session. Now, how often do you have to do a Newa session? You have to do a Newa session in the first month 4 to 5 times a week. And after you've gone through the first month, then you simply have to top it up a couple of times a week, 2 to 3 times a week. Some people ask whether or not they need to or they can do it for 2 months, 4 or 5 times a week for 2 months, whether that will help. And they say it's perfectly fine if you want to go ahead and do it 5 times a week for a couple of months to kind of maybe I need to do it for 2 months instead of 1, but we'll have to see. So what my plan is that I'm going to go ahead and start on January 15th and do it till February 15th, 5 times a week, and then we'll check back and see how the device did and whether or not there's any appreciable change in my skin, whether or not it appears firmer, whether in particular my neck area here, I'd like to see a little bit more firmness. In this area here, I'd like to see a little bit more smoothness. And so those are the 2 spots on me that I'm really kind of interested in kind of seeing being a little bit smoother, a little lifted, and so forth. Now, another question that people sometimes ask is how close to the eye can you use the Newa? And they say that you should not use it beyond the orbital bone. So the orbital bone is here. So on me, I would only use it around here and back. And most people do not use it on their foreheads. The instructions show just the lower portion of the face. And so for me, it would be like this. So let's take a look. I'm going to show you a treatment in action so you can see what it's like. And then we'll follow up at the end with my thoughts about the treatment and how it felt and so forth. So we're back and I have my Newa plugged in, and I am going to go ahead and apply the Lift Activator Gel to the first section of my skin. And oops, no I'm not. I'm going to apply it to the device, and that's sort of what you do. And then I'm going to turn it on, and I'm going to use the number two level. So it's a little bit stronger, so you can start out with a 1 and try that out, and then if you feel like it's comfortable to you, then you can try it at a level 2. I found that the level 2 is perfectly fine. It's the device is warm against the skin, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to just touch it to the skin and just sort of rub it across the skin. And then once we've got that going, it's gonna start warming up, and then there we go. Then it'll give me sort of the green light. And what I'm doing here is I'm just making very, very tiny movements. And I'm hoping that we'll get a green light here, because once we get the green light, then we just sort of go for the whole treatment. And sometimes it takes a little bit of time. Now, the thing I'm noticing the most as I'm doing this is that it is very warm. And so yes, it's a warm feeling, but with the activator gel, it kind of tempers the warmth so it doesn't feel hot, and you're supposed to keep it moving over the surface of your skin. So essentially this is what you spend 20 minutes a day doing, and just sort of running it over the skin. Okay, and we are finished with the treatment. Again, it's a 20-minute treatment. You just sort of do each section. There's a little timer that lets you know when you're finished with a section. Then you just apply more activator gel, and then start it back up again, go again. And so essentially we do the cheek area, this middle area, and then the lower area. And then for me, giving a little bit more attention to this area down here where I do have kind of the majority of, you know, kind of the looseness that I want to work on. So my thoughts are that it is a very, I think 20 minutes a day. I don't know. I mean, I'm wondering if there's some things I can be doing, like maybe watching a video or doing something else while I'm doing it, so that I don't feel like I'm just sitting there massaging my face for 20 minutes every day. But I do also think that spending a little bit of time and taking care of your skin and kind of, you know, nurturing yourself and giving yourself that may not be a bad thing. So we'll have to see. And then finally, it's warm. It doesn't hurt. It's, you know, from that standpoint, it is, you know, a no-brainer. The only little quibble that I have is that the Lift Activating Gel has a scent. And frankly, the scent is not great. And so one of the reasons why I kind of had pulled away from doing it earlier when I first bought it was the scent, because I couldn't seem to wash it off like with just a washcloth. I was, you know, struggling. So what I've ended up deciding to do is in the evening when we come back from doing our evening walk, that I would go ahead and do my Newa treatment and then take a shower, and that way I could get all of the scent off. So that would be my only kind of drawback so far to the Newa. Have you tried it? And if so, what are your experiences with it? And finally, if there are any other devices that you're curious about and you haven't noticed that I've covered it yet, please let me know if there's another device that you'd like me to try, and we'll make every effort to get a hold of one and give it a shot. See you next time.